So guys, if you're just joining us, this is of course Game 5, and well, this is the match point for Aphrodite, the pink Terran in the lower right position, who of course is up against StarTale's MisS, the blue Protoss in the top left, and well, it is of course Game 5, as I said, 3-1 to Aphrodite, and I am Madals, my lovely co-caster is Puri. Say hi, Puri.
Hello.
Puri, apparently people can't hear you on the stream.
Ah, that's why. Never mind.
They can
yeah,
Puri
I have to keep muting my mic so I don't talk over the videos, but there we are, problem solved. And yeah, it's match point. This is pretty important match now, especially for MisS. She has to win this, or otherwise she is out. I wonder what type of build Aphrodite may go for, because like so far she went TC first in game 1, she lost. Every other game she went gas or tech lab on one racks into an expansion, and so far she's decimated STMS, especially the last 2 games. So I wonder if she's liking it, or she's going to go for a gasless command center this time.
Well, we've already got the barracks done now,
yeah.
But to be honest, if I was in Aphrodite's shoes here, 3-1, I would go for a completely high-risk strategy.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, hell, if you lose, you're still a game up. If you win, congratulations, you've just won $1,000, which of course has been put up by ZOWIE, and, well, if you win $1,000 for a best of 7 after playing 4 games of StarCraft, you are doing something right.
So far it's been an hour and a half, like, so that's some good money making that right there. And one thing I want to comment on, not for any particular reason other than that I do it as well, MisS 9 scouts on 2-player maps, which is really, really good in my opinion, because if you scout a 13, they can wall off and get a gas without you knowing. So MisS does know there's a gas, and she will escape with a probe as well, which is it's a really nice win-win there.
It is indeed. Now, obviously, as I mentioned, this is all put on by ZOWIE Gear, so of course do give them a follow on Twitter at ZOWIE Gear, and obviously give me and Puri a follow. I am of course Madals StarCraft, which is at Madals SC2, and Puri is at PuriDude. Give us a tweet. Also on Team Liquid in the StarCraft 2 tournaments, there's a thread about this. Make sure you leave some comments there. Make sure that you know, obviously, let ZOWIE know that you love this tournament and you want to see more of them, and they will be sure to provide, and that is always good times for esports.
Oh yes. So what is going on? Oh, actually, we have the second rack. So you were kind of right that we have some more. This is the most hyper-aggressive strat that we had.
We've seen out of Aphrodite all of this series, and well, it's difficult being right all the time, Puri, to be honest.
I'm sure it is.
But no, I think Aphrodite definitely doing the right thing, going for the 2 racks here, and because if she wins $1,000 for basically an hour's a half's work.
And yeah, a 2 racks, it's a good build anyway. She can still take an expansion and be perfectly fine. She will, of course, be behind economically, behind like a 1 racks expand. Sorry, a 1 gate expand like MisS is doing. But yeah, like now, you can also kill your opponent with it. So
we also have some interesting comments coming from the chat, just saying that basically perhaps the thinking behind Aphrodite's play here is to get an early kill. That she can't handle MisS in the late game, and I'd say in some part we've been seeing that for quite a while, because well, obviously in the late game MisS is going to have the Colossus up, going to have the High Templar out, and really in the wins Aphrodite has been winning early on. But
yeah,
I mean
that is true. The longest game we've had isn't that long, so we don't know how good the macro of MisS is, but I'm guessing people are just saying like Protoss OP against Terrans. That's where it's come from, I'd imagine. Well, not that people think she's the better player.
You can say that about a lot of things. I mean, a lot of the matchups have stronger and weaker points. It's like, to some extent, like Terran versus Zerg. You can say early game Terran have the advantage, late game Zerg unstoppable. But it's like all matchups. If you play the early game well, play the mid game well, you're going to win the late game. It's my opinion on it anyway.
If it was always that easy, eh?
If only it was that easy, just do it well.
Definitely. Now, let's see what MisS is going for. She's got 3 gates. Now, you know what I was saying before, if you 4 gates some pressure, the Terran pressures you when you 4 gates out of it. Like, if there were 4 gateways thrown down instead of this robo.
Now, Puri, I'm going to have to cut into you here, because, well, we've got 3 gates up now. We've got the robo bay coming down, but look at this infantry push coming through.
It's not the most threatening thing. There's still 2 sentries.
Is done. It all comes down to whether MisS can get the force fields down in time, and well, just a quick poke up sees it. Is it going to be a good engagement? A Guardian Shield goes down, and well, Aphrodite decides to pull back, and I don't think that's a bad move at this stage.
Yeah, of course she's gone for a very aggressive build, so she hasn't done the damage to pay it off. As we can see, she did take her second gas. She's getting a factory, and she will go up to medevacs, and she's probably going to do you know, a one medevac drop and a push at the front to just take apart her opponent's multitasking.
Now, the important thing to obviously think about through here is what each player knows. Well, for a start, Aphrodite has no idea about the natural base. Can assume just due to seeing the units at the front,
Yeah.
but MisS has pretty much no scouting information other than there was one gas and saw what was poking up at the front. I don't even know if concussive shells was revealed. I can't remember if a Marauder did get a hit off.
If you have Marauders at that time, you just assume. And ST MisS should be smart enough to know that with that many units, with the timing that, you know, Aphrodite attacked with, there shouldn't be a command center because you just can't forward it.
Yeah.
So, I know. I wonder what will happen. She will need a couple more stalkers, especially in the main, because there is a drop coming.
Yeah. What I really like actually is that Aphrodite is sending this SCV round to scout for proxy pylons. That's something that has been done very, very well by Aphrodite every single game. And the scouting has really been brilliant for both of these players. But Aphrodite specifically has done an amazing job of scouting every game.
So stalkers moving up to the tower. Now that's good because of course they'll see the units coming. But now Aphrodite playing it very smart once again is sending up just the Marauders.
The observer here for MisS as well sees there is no expansion. So MisS now is fully aware this is a one-base play, and therefore if MisS holds, then she's going to be in an amazing spot in this game.
Yeah, of course, at this point, Aphrodite is pretty much all in. There is no command center in production.
The observer scouts the two medevacs coming out. That is a big, big win. And MisS is getting so much brilliant information here.
It's the first two. There is an Immortal, first one that MisS has built, because she's gone for Colossus a lot of games, but she's never built the Immortals. She just goes straight for the Colossus, playing very greedy. So I'm quite happy with the Immortal now.
Obviously, the Colossus following it up. So... it's going to be good, but obviously the drop, is MisS' multitasking going to be able to handle it if a drop does go down? That is the big question.
I think so. Now that she knows it's coming, she just move the air, the units that attack air into the base.
Yep,
like
she's got a couple of stalkers guarding the cliff, so everything's perfect right now.
And Colossus is halfway down with only 30 seconds left. 25 seconds. Force fields alone will keep her out.
Yep, and there we go. Those force fields down, and
no, don't go for the.
Don't go for that.
She's about to lose like all those allies for a single marine. More force fields come down. The Colossus is out now. Here we are. This is what MisS wanted, and Aphrodite's gonna pull back and reassess what she has to do now.
Starting the expansion half done, obviously behind this. So Aphrodite not completely all in, but very, very far behind economically. 15 workers behind, which even mules can't make up for that, Pewee.
No, it's only one mule as well. We still got another bit of time before the second OC finishes.
Now, looking here, obviously the watchtower is being held at the moment by Aphrodite. The watchtower for MisS isn't being held, but looking here, there's a proxy pylon at the 4th place position for MisS, which is a bit of a strange point for proxy pylon, purely for scouting, in my opinion.
I think, for drops,
which,
I'd imagine.
Again, is brilliant, but Aphrodite getting up the engineering bay behind this, getting up a second tech lab, so this is everything that she wants. I mean, Aphrodite is trying to transition out of this as quickly as possible, Pewee, but is it going to be quick enough?
No. Well, the thing is, she's going to be behind on units economy, and obviously the longer it goes on, if you're behind on economy, the further you become behind. And then, of course, she's massively behind on tech. She's only got one starboard. She can barely afford to produce Vikings as it is. So it's nice that she's got the expansion with the extra meals, but there's just, it's 98 supply V135 with Colossus against just normal bio.
Now, I think the one thing which is going to cause the big problem is when this third Colossi comes out. Because once you hit 3, you start melting infantry, and you need a good number of Vikings to take them out quickly. We've also got the Twilight Council on its way. That's a prerequisite to Templar Archives.
Well,
so
forge.
That basically means the upgrades are looking very, very good for the Protoss player. MisS only just starting, well, a quarter done on the +1 infantry.
Aphrodite moves right past an observer and then moves right back, but I thought that was, I'm happy she could pull back. That would have been a bad engagement. There's 3 Vikings, 2 more in production. 4 Vikings, 2 more in production. V3 Colossus. That's not 4 Colossus nearly.
Yeah.
It's not going to touch them.
Which of course is never going to be fun times. But again, the only thing you do have to be careful of as Protoss is don't get too many Colossi, because if you overcommit to them, and somehow the Terran gets a good number of Vikings out, you lose.
Yeah.
You've got to mix up the High Templar in there later on with the Storms, because the Storm ultimately is the burst damage period. It gets you that first hit, it forces a lot of micro out of the Terran player, and then the Colossi and Gateway can clean it all up.
Yeah, Aphrodite is moving across the map now, and of course the rocks aren't destroyed into the natural of MisS, so that can cause a bit of an, she can get bottlenecked. Because if you open that up, you can run around, you can surround force field one half, blah blah blah. So that can work out, good or bad, for either player actually.
It is. I'm just looking at the chat at the moment and people saying, why is MisS playing so passively? I actually quite like this passive play. It's allowing her to build up exactly the army composition she wants. She knows she's economically ahead. Why risk
Link
it?
is nearly done. That makes a big difference. We may have the engagement now,
the
though.
Colossus with a bad control. One gets taken out incredibly quickly there, Pewee. And, well, as you can see, that stim really, really nice. The Vikings still in a good position. The Stalkers aren't focusing it down. And this is terrible for MisS right now.
Oh, MisS.
MisS
All the
does not
sentries
moving the
go
Colossi
down.
back at all. Well, down to just one Colossi now. This is such a terrible engagement for MisS. What was she doing, Pewee?
Oh, she was trying to just keep her opponent out of the base, but I think that might be it.
Well,
oh,
MisS. Incredibly, well, that really leveled things out. Incredibly, Vikings have luckily now been cleaned up, and of course one Colossus popped out just in time.
Oh, there are two Vikings, the Stalkers blink, and that opens the Colossus to be countered.
And well, the Vikings now have nothing to take them out. That final Colossus is down, and well, that was a surprise. And now
that's it.
Aphrodite is ahead in terms of the army supply hugely right now, and I just don't know if MisS can come back from this. This could be it.
She can't. She can't. There's no way. You got an Archon warping in, but
and I just can't believe MisS is such. Well, it was only bad micro on that Colossus. Allowed them to get taken out by the Vikings, and I just can't believe MisS lost that.
She's gonna be devastated. That was such. She I think she may have grabbed the wrong unit. The sentries moved forward and attacked, and the Zealots were on hold command. And then the sentries obviously just run to the front, died. There's no Guardian Shield, no more force fields. No. Then the Zealots didn't have charge because ST-MisS wanted deep link first.
Fury, you're missing the one big thing. Aphrodite is now $1,000 better off.
Yeah.
And takes this series 4-1. So that was pretty amazing, guys. We'll do a series analysis in a second and give you some thoughts. But for those of you who just wanted to watch the games, thank you for watching. And yeah, make sure you follow ZOWIE Gear, and make sure you follow me at Madals SC2, at PewieDude for Pewee. And yeah, we will catch you soon.
I'm gonna